Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB16 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Hayden. Hayden has been a house guest of the day every season since Big Brother 12. You can add this one to your collection. Alright, so it's eviction night, bitches. And Joey is still campaigning for votes. She is god-awful at this game, but you know what? She's still trying, and I can respect that. So she needs 7 votes to stay. Okay, so I thought I'd try out the Donnie pause. She was talking to Zach yesterday and she's like, yeah, I feel really good about it now actually. I think I have like an 80% chance of staying. I think I already have like 7 or 8 votes locked in. Oh, Joey. Just because someone says they're gonna vote for you doesn't mean they're actually gonna vote for you. It's just so that they don't feel awkward. She really does not know anything about this game. But anyway, Zach and Frankie were talking yesterday and they're very suspicious of Caleb. They don't feel like they can trust him. It kind of sounds like they're thinking about backdooring him in the next few weeks, probably like the last week before jury or so. So they're just not feeling him or Devin. They're not stable enough to be in an alliance. So just keep that in mind a little bit. So another thing about Zach, he really is a tool bag. It wasn't all for show. So he was talking directly to the live feeders last night about Victoria, and he was like, oh yeah, she reminds me of snotty girls that I knew in Florida, and he was like making really mean comments about her appearance, and then he said all of his energy is gonna go into ruining Victoria's life. Who says that? I mean, really, who says that? So I'm pretty sure that this is really all stemming from Zach's jealousy of Victoria, because Victoria is really good friends with Frankie, it seems like. So it's kind of like they're battling it out to be Frankie's best friend, but it's just, you don't say that about people. It's just really mean-spirited and not cool. Side note about Victoria, she is clearly crushing on Cody and Caleb. And she's noticeably jealous of Nicole because Nicole gets a lot of attention from all the guys, but especially Cody, so we see those looks that you're giving out, Victoria. Now let's talk about one of the big dramas of the week, Amber and Caleb. So Devin has like a drama sensor, and he's sensing that this is the biggest thing in the house right now. So he is wedging himself right in the middle of that. So he decided, hey, I'm gonna confront Amber. So he was like, Amber, stop bad-mouthing Caleb to the rest of the house and saying that he only cares about himself. It's not true, man, you're hurting his feelings. So Amber's like, I did not say that, and guess what? The whole house is talking about Caleb because of Caleb. He's telling everyone everything. So Nicole is also there, and she's like, I don't want to be here, can I go now? So she's like trying to escape and Devin's like, no, it's really quick, you don't have to leave, blah, blah, blah. She's just like, please, let me leave. So she does. So Amber is seen not long after crying, and she was telling everyone, I never said that Caleb is all about himself and he doesn't care about anyone. She said, to clarify, she was telling, I think it was Paula, that she doesn't like people who are only about themselves, and that Devin must have assumed that she meant Caleb and then created all this drama. So when Devin sees Amber crying, he's like, oh, guess I should call a house meeting. Gotta get some stuff off my chest. It's the first week. It's still the first week. Okay, here's an idea. Why don't Caleb and Amber talk to each other face to face? So they do this, and the talk is started with a long hug in which Caleb is a little bit gropey and weird, and then they talk things out. They talk for a long time. They must have talked for like over an hour. It seems like things are hunky-dory again, and in conclusion, this whole thing is Devin's fault. He's a pot stirrer. They don't want anything to do with him anymore. So I really hope, I'm happy that this is like resolved. but I hope it doesn't give Caleb false hope that like, oh, she really does like me, I knew it the whole time. So, while this whole Caleb and Amber situation is going on, the rest of the house is also in a frenzy. Devin decides he's gonna wake up Donnie to tell him something that could totally wait. You need to stop doing that. One day he's gonna wake a sleeping bear and he's gonna get his face ripped off. And it's not gonna be pretty. So he tells Donnie, I just need to be honest right now. And he's like, the sole reason that you are up on the block this week is me. He said, Caleb did not want to put you up. It was all my idea because I thought that you weren't who you're saying that you are. He thought, again, that he's like ex-military, he can't be trusted. So he's like, yeah, I feel really bad about it. And like, he just wants to be a good role model for his daughter. It's the same crap we've been hearing all week. So Donnie's just like, am I still a target for you? And Devin is like, no, of course not. You're a great guy, and I was really wrong about you. So Donnie's just like, all right, I appreciate you telling me. Now get the F out. He didn't say the last part, but I'll say it for him because Devin is out of control. So then he's like, okay, I'm gonna have a house meeting. It's pretty much gonna be what I just told you, so you don't have to go. Oh, thanks for your permission. So it's time for the house meeting, and everyone is there except for Caleb and Amber. Amber was like, I'm not going to that shit. So she stayed back talking to Caleb in the beehive room, and Donnie went back to sleep because Devin shouldn't have woken him up in the first place. So Devin stands up in front of his fellow house guests in the living room, and he's like, alright guys, real talk right now. He came into this house wanting to revolutionize the way that this game is played. How can you do that when you don't know how the game is played in the first place? So he didn't realize until he got there that he would have to lie, and that's just not okay with him. So he was crying like a baby, going through the same rehearsed speech that we've heard 1,000 times so far. I want to be a role model, and Donnie's on the block because of me, and I can't do it, I don't care anymore. So it really seemed like he was looking for sympathy with this whole thing, and when he was done, everyone clapped. I think they were just clapping because it was over. But then he ran up to the HOH room like, sobbing. So Frankie summed the whole thing up perfectly. He, meaning Devin, just unified the whole house against him. And he's next. He is definitely the next big target. So I really do think that there was some strategy behind that for Devin, and I think it's gonna blow up in his face, so good job. But on a lighter note, the have-nots got to eat last night at midnight, so yay, food! And tonight is the first eviction. I'm thinking it's gonna be Joey. I think it's pretty safe to say, unless Paula like takes a dump on the floor during the live show. I really don't see Joey staying. So also tonight we're going to find out who the next member is of Team America and the next HOH competition. So let me know in the comments who you want to be the 2 HOHs, and until tomorrow, much love.